waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host with the morning. What's up, Jay Chains? Turbo made it co-hosting, yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy, Web3 GM, grab a plate in a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no douchebag, alright? Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Monday through Friday, we got the syrup. 10 a.m. Eastern Spaces with the purpose. All about the community focus, they deserve it. Come and speak your mind with no regrets, what you serve us. Pizza on Friday, working off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host with the most. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Good morning.
Yo, GM fam, hope you're doing all right. It is Tuesday, the 20th of June. My goodness, man. I feel like when we got to the tail end of last month, I was like, shit, this month is going by. But now this month is even going by faster. And now we're just a few days away. We're like 10 days away or something from getting through the first half of this entire year. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. But we got some cool articles to get into, kind of talk about some things that are happening in the crypto and blockchain space. But most importantly, we've got a very special guest today. We've got a lot of special guests. We always do. Everybody that shows up for Web3 Breakfast is special, in my opinion. But as you guys know, every single day we look at the NFTGo.io market barometer, checking out the sentiments of the market, and we've got none other than NFTGo.io here today to talk us through some things, let us know what they're seeing, and then I know that we got some questions as far as some of these metrics go. How do we read some of these things? When we see volume go down and we see the sentiment go down, but blue chip index goes up, or vice versa. All these things. Like, what does all this stuff mean? So definitely want to get into that today. That's going to be fun. But as you guys know, we got to chop it up for the first little bit here. So GM fam, I know it looks like Turbo's having a hard time connecting today. As you know, he's in his jail cell. He's in
oh no, yeah, he's back in the fucking
yeah,
he's back in Nashville.
He's back in Nashville. I guess it's cloudy today. And in Nashville, when it's cloudy, you don't get internet. So he's not joining on stream today because he couldn't even log in on that. But here we go. He's requested to speak. Try to make him a co-host. And see, but definitely got to talk to the folks in Tennessee and maybe get some better internet out there in the mountains. You never know.
It's almost like Turbo has to go back to, like, he has to clock in to jail like every weekend because he's like got to pay off his debt. It's so funny to me. Oh man.
Yeah, you guys are hilarious.
There he is. You finally connected.
Yeah, man. Holy cow. Yeah, I had we have like it's a churning internet system. It looks like an old butter churner, but it's actually you churn it and it gets you internet connection. And so I didn't realize. Usually, the big boss gets up early and makes sure that the internet's turned on. But it didn't get done today, so I had to be the one to get the churning. So we're here. We're good.
I've always.
Dude, I didn't realize. Go ahead.
No, Sam, go ahead.
I didn't realize Nashville relied on a paper plate on a wire for internet.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, they're living right here. You know what I'm saying? They're still. We do have like a really dope intercom system in the house. They're actually plastic cups.
I was gonna say,
with one connects from the basement up to the kitchen
with the little string. How do you contact the neighbors? Is it just like a really long string, or?
No. You put your hand like behind your ear, and you yell as loud as possible.
Oh, I see.
I just imagine it being like an old house with all the bells with all the rooms, and you're like clanging all the bells for people to come to the room. Like, hey, Turbo's in the dungeon still, and they're like, don't worry about that bell.
I love.
Yeah, don't worry about that though.
I did. Seth from Mind Your Biz did drop a very nice comment on your jail cell scene yesterday, saying, less is more kind of thing. Kept it very simple. It resonates, right? It's the ethos of crypto.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a reminder to everybody watching that don't put yourself in a prison cell. You have the opportunity to break out.
Well, so honestly, like really quick about that, I have been saying for most of the time in crypto, if people always want to know how to make money, how do you get rich in crypto? I will tell you how you could do that. You could stack up a bunch of crypto right now at this moment, right? And then do something to get yourself locked up for a year, right? So you can't sell your crypto and you just sit on that portfolio. And then when you get released from jail, you should have at least 10x that portfolio and you'll be doing all right. Now, is that recommended? No, but it's an option.
Yeah, I know we were talking about that, Jay, because I did take your advice and talk with Seven about, for my one call a day, if we could do it at Web3 Breakfast time, and then that way he could just connect me straight into the show. That way I wouldn't miss. I wouldn't be, just in case I wouldn't be on the stream, but but I'd probably have a better internet connection.
I love that. Well, I am super excited. NFTGo, who's running the account today? Just so that.
It's me, Jared.
That's my dude right there. I figured I didn't know if anybody else was going to be popping in today, but Jared, my dude, how are you? I know it's early, man. It's like 7 a.m. On the West Coast. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm a little bummed out that I'm up so early, but I'm good.
Well, we do appreciate you being here, man. What's been going on in your world? What you been up to?
Well, me personally, I went out to Pioneer Town this weekend and I saw a band called Ghostland Observatory, and they absolutely effing crushed it. It was unbelievable. I'm a big music nerd. I produce in my free time, and so going out to see live music is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, and it's so cool. So so Pioneer Town is a city with a population of maybe like 200 people in the middle of the high desert, in the middle of nowhere, but they only have this one thing, which is like this little dive bar. But like Paul McCartney's played there, Green Day. So you're literally in the middle of nowhere, and you'll have these world-class music acts with only like 300-400 people in the audience, but with very high quality sound and stage production. It's such a cool way to see a band. They blew me out of the water. It was amazing.
Dude, that's so cool. When we were talking on Friday and you were explaining that to me, I did look up online some of the stuff about it. Dude, that has got to be a bucket list. Like, if you're a music person, if you've never been to Red Rocks, that's something you got to try, put off your list. At some point, go see one of your favorite bands at Red Rocks in Colorado. That venue is absolutely amazing. But this place that you're talking about, man, I would absolutely. And Ghostland Observatory, I'm sure, was just a bananas night, in a venue like that. It's such an intimate setting too, with just a couple hundred people, because they'll usually play in like headline festivals and stuff.
Oh yeah, they play Coachella. They're like a big deal, and so I love the juxtaposition. So basically, it's two people, and one of the people is just like this incredibly charismatic, incredibly good-looking dude, and he's the lead singer, and he'll have the whole crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. But the juxtaposition of the other fella in the band, he's probably the nerdiest looking person you'll ever see in the world. And he's just running synths in the background and the drum machine. And he has this really nerdy cape. Me and my friends, we call him the Count because he just looks like a vampire. And just having this guy who's like the coolest person you'll ever see in the world, and then right next to the nerdiest person you'll ever see in the world, working together to give you this show is just such a weird, unique, fun thing. It was rad. Me and all my friends were just absolutely blown away. But as a result, I'm exhausted. So this was probably the worst time to ever wake up at 7. I normally don't wake up till But yeah, highly recommend that. It was great. So yeah, that's been what I've just been working a lot lately. This is the first time I actually got to go out and see some music in a long time. I like to do it at least once a month. I think it's been like 3 or 4 months for me.
Absolutely, man. It's all part of that and taking care of the mentals, man. Getting out, disconnecting. If music's your jam, music has always been my thing as well. There is no substitution for literally just going and watching live music, no matter where or what. And even if it's just acoustic, just getting out and listening to some music, listening to some artists do their thing. We've got a couple spots here in Woodstock where we can go, and they do like festivals all the time on this little like thing that outside by the park. And there's a big brewery Reformation where there's always on the weekends, most of the time during the week too, they've got some music happening. So I'm with you, man. That is one of those things that has forever been something to take care of the mentals. Go check out some live music. And also, oddly enough, this is like so strange. Here's a little glimpse into my world, into my brain. Test driving cars is one of the biggest stress reducers, and it has been since probably I was 17 years old. You just go to a dealership and test drive cars. And I don't know, it's just a weird one, but listening to music and test driving cars are like my favorite things.
Yeah, it's the bee's knees.
Yeah. But all right, guys. So, all right, we chopping it up. We're having a good time. I see paper hands. I'm going to get to you in just 1 second. Really quick, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is Web3 Breakfast. We come to you every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Super excited for our show today. We got a lot of the family in the house today. Going to be chatting with NFTGo.io and just incorporating everything into the conversation. We're going to have a good time. Turbocito is not on the video today because, if you missed it, it's cloudy in Tennessee. But hopefully the clouds will be gone tomorrow and he'll be back.
Yeah, and if I get it, listen, if I get a chance, if the internet does start to, really get to cooking, I'll jump back on there. You know what I'm saying? You just look, this is how the show must go on type situation. Sometimes things happen, but you know what? You still find a way to show up and make it freaking get done. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
I was going to say something different there, but
right. Paper hands, what's happening?
Just a little frustrated.
What are you frustrated? Oh, about the internet. No, trust me. You and I both we both experience frustration in the same way, and so I'm with you today. Paper hand Poppy, what's happening, dog?
Yo, what's cracking? I just came up here to say that I was gonna go to Tennessee a couple weeks ago, but Turbo hit me. He said if he caught me in any of the within state lines, he was gonna come whoop my ass. And I just don't. You know what I mean? Like, I just not ready for that level of ass whoopery yet, you know what I'm saying, in my life. So I just want to come up and show y'all some love, because y'all always got up in this bitch spreading positive fucking energy, and this type of boots on ground, connection type of building people to sleep on, you know what I mean? Niggas just tune in to enjoy it, and you and your voice. And I just want to tell y'all that I appreciate y'all, all three of y'all, and continue to spread positive fucking energy, man.
Man, I appreciate that. That means a lot to say that. And here's the deal. We are, probably a few weeks away from kind of changing absolutely everything that we have in store. And the goal in a absolutely like insanely positive way. I mean, we're taking Web3 Breakfast on the road. I mean, we're coming to a city near every single one of you soon. We're going international. We're going to, Australia to go see Annie and Craig. We're going to Belgium to go get Belgian waffles. Like, we are literally going to take this show all over the world, because it's that same thing, man. Like, listen, I go into spaces and I usually leave them after a couple minutes because I cannot stand the vitriol. I cannot stand, some of the non-positivity. And that's why we make such a big point to be positive, to be inclusive, to give everybody an opportunity. You guys know that we have one rule. It's don't be a douchebag. It's really easy to follow that rule. Don't be a racist, don't be a sexist, and don't be a homophobe. Other than that, anybody is welcome to say anything on the stage, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So I cannot wait to take our show on the road and to actually be, and when you say boots on the ground, like, that's it, man. Like, spreading the word, spreading the gospel of Web3, of crypto, of blockchain, all of that stuff in an absolutely positive way. That's what not grinds my gears, but I don't even know what the opposite of that is.
But it's also
get your gears
right. It's connectivity. That's like it's also that true version of it, the true nature of it as well. That's really why I rock with y'all. So and plus,
y'all love that.
I know you was grilling on Sunday, and I'm low-key hella jealous that I wasn't able to be there to taste some of that, because I know you was in there. I know you had the dad sandals on. Woo!
All of it.
Yo.
All of it. And from what I understand, from what my family told me, so here I took some flack for doing oven ribs, right? I put them in the oven for like 8 hours, and then I finished them on the grill, got them nice and charred up and crispy with some sauce on there. I tell you what, hands down, the best ribs I've ever made in my life. I will never just straight grill or smoke ribs ever again. You got to give them at least a few hours to get that meat nice and moist and pull off the bone. But I will promise you guys, when we have our Web3 field days, which should hopefully be this summer, we'll be able to get this thing squared away. We will be doing ribs, burgers, chicken. Think about everything. It's going to be great.
Yeah, Jay, because yesterday we were having that conversation about rules and stuff, and we were kind of talking. We kind of carried over today. I was sitting out, by the pond, and I was just looking at the ecosystem, man, and it all dawned on me. It all came together in one snapshot. And I want to share with you real quick because I was like, man, there's all of these different animals and creatures that all live out there. They don't have no rules. They have expectations. Like they know what it is, right? Like everybody plays their part in their ecosystem, right? Like they don't have to be told like, yo, you're a lion, you know what I mean? Get out the pond. Like you're not a fish. Like you can't be a fish, you know what I mean? No matter how hard, like you can't even hold your breath under, like, you know what I mean?
I will challenge.
So that was, I had to.
I do want to challenge that thought because there is literally no way for you to understand what Mama Lion says to Baby Lion. And so if Mama Lion says, hey, you can't be in there, we don't know that.
You could tell what body language is.
True.
True. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Okay.
Couple strikes.
I'm with that, Jay. I hear you.
DJ, what's up?
Well, now hang on.
Okay.
Oh man. Real quick, I just have to make one quick point to that, and then I'll pass it over to my guy DOB. Because if that's the case, right? If they do give them rules, then everybody follows the rules.
Okay, I like the idea of having guidelines, but not rules. Because rules are meant to be broken. Guidelines keep you a little straighter.
True. I'm sorry. I didn't. Am I talking or not? I had my hand raised. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Yo, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's your turn. Yeah, we're just excited. We're all just talking on top of each other.
Before I even go into what I really wanted to go into, I gotta come say what's up, yo, Che, Turbo 7, yo, what's up, everybody in the room? Gotta say the shout outs, good mornings, good evening, good afternoons. I don't know, good between time, whatever you got going on in your life. It's 24 hours in a day, anything's possible. So I was saying to myself, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go into space, right? I know I could go in there and be me, right? So I said, let me go hit this breakfast real quick. So I'm going to get some gas. I'm gonna go get me another coffee from Black Rock, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna chop it up. But then I said to myself, I'm a little pissed off today, like for the not first time, but one of the rare occasions where I'm pissed off. Like, it's just kind of like, I look at Web World, right? I'm looking at the people. I'm reading through messages. I'm catching up from the night, whatever. I was up like 4 hours ago, doing this shit. And I'm just like, when you said the words grinds my gears, it triggered me. It triggered me. I was like, like, why would he say that? And I was trying to be positive. I was looking around the room, like, look at all these beautiful people. They going on the road. I was getting amped up. And you said, grinds my gears. I was like, God damn it. That's what I was going to say when I came in.
I said it backwards, though. I was the opposite of grind my gears. That's and see, because like I was going to say that turns me on, but like that's not what I wanted to use there. It certainly doesn't. You know what I mean? So it was just I was at a loss for words.
Gears my grind.
It floats us both.
Oh, I get it now. I get it. Hang on, real quick, I get it now, Jay. This is why Wit has started to come into the Web3 Breakfast show. Okay, all right, okay. I hear you. My dog, my man.
That's dope. But that's real dope, y'all, man. I got to give you that, man. That's real dope. I love to see it. And city near you, okay, I'm in Arizona, so y'all let me know when that go down. And I'll probably be hitting Georgia in the next week, I think, possibly, hopefully, one day, soon, next week. Okay. But in any case, can I just get this 30-second bin out? I am so sick and tired of fake-ass people in Web World wanting to build real fake things. Like they're like, I just want to build with real people and real things, and you're fake as Barbie. Like I got pictures of you of a porcelain doll giving birth to a porcelain doll. That's how fake you are. So it's like they got.
She said, "Hold on."
Wrong Barbie.
Yeah. Not that Barbie.
I'm laughing. So I know when I come in this space and I come around you guys, I was like, at least I'm gonna get some fucking realness. I'm just saying. Everybody in this damn Twitter and in Discord and all of this, and I'm like, are you guys really building in Web World? Okay, ladies and gents, if you don't know any better, I say web world. I don't say web 2, web 3. I know there's an integration and you got to transfer. I know this. I get it. But it's all going to elevate. It's going to be web 5, web 4, web 6. It's going to go around. Let's just be real. So web world, let's just save ourselves. Web world. And they're just building BS just to sit there and make it seem like they're changing the world. And the only thing you're doing is changing your life. Like, it's like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing here? False promises, pie crust promises, right? You know, easily made, easily broken. And that's what they're doing. They're building digital pie crust promises. Like, I don't get it. And then they're like, hey, I'm for you. I'm down with you.
And
But when you
I'm
call them,
gonna shout out the realest builder in the room, Lil Dilf down there. He can build you anything you want as a voxel. I've literally
Right.
seen it. It's the craziest thing. But shout out
I
to
ain't
my
mad at
homie.
that.
I love that guy. He's a real one.
no doubt. Hey, I respect all of that, man. And just shout out to y'all, like I said, but that's my 30-second bit. Like, there's more, but I ain't going into all that. But all I know is that if we don't push harder and keeping the build that, like, what's going on and bringing this realness and having real shows like this with real people, real conversation, we are going to get drowned out by the BS. And it's like a battle. It's like the people that's coming into web world don't know where to go, don't know what to do, because someone else has showed them flashiness. Or they say, hey, here's 20 grand. I will do this. Here's 30 grand. Oh, let me flex and show you what I just bought. But how do you flex generational wealth and financial? How do you flex generational wealth? I'm not impressed until you can show me that the next 3-4 generations of your family is secured.
But
That's it.
But why should anybody have to show that? All you got to do is show that to your family, let them know that they're safe. Like, who cares about everybody else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, you just shut our mouths and build. And you guys know that, you know, like I've got a great time to get a phone call.
Oh, sorry. Did I get run?
No, that was me. I got a phone call right at that moment.
I still hear you.
Okay.
Okay, good.
You know, because like one of the things that we've got to pay attention to is who, like you said, who's actually doing stuff. And I'm with you, man. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of vaporware. But like, you know, like when you come into this room, when you come into Web3 Breakfast, and like you said, there are some real people here. We're trying to address some real situations. When we get the funding squared away for this show, we literally are going to be changing lives in the web world, right? It doesn't matter if you are a Web 2 native or a Web 3 person. It doesn't matter. Our goal is to reach everybody. And much like we said before, give them a positive place to come and learn, grow, flourish, and develop and build a network. And I'll tell you what, man, like there are some real people in this space, and those are the people that we align with. And there are some fakesters. And I'll tell you what, this industry has no room for them. And we're going to start, you know, like the Pauly guy. This industry literally does not need that piece of shit.
Oh my God. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I was just calming down. Okay.
All right, we'll calm down. We will. We will. The man that should not be named ever again on this show. Paperhand.
All right. Not to put a Z on my head.
There you go. Paperhand, you had your hand up for a second.
No, yeah, I'm just my piece on that is like the biggest combat to that, because I know we see a lot of that, right? You're gonna see nothing but drama on social medias. Like this is something that's never gonna go anywhere. So it's like the best way to combat that is to zero attention. I know we up there giving it attention, talking shit, but it's like at the same time too, it's like standing at the forefront of like just defending values is a different situation, but you know, try not to give it any type of work. Don't send it through your group chats. You know, that's just basic level.
People will screenshot that and use it against you.
Yeah.
I know.
It's kind of unfortunate how a lot of these algorithms work. Like, if you guys seen that show on Netflix, like I think it was called The Social Network, where it explains how like all these controversial and like tweets, the things that like make people the most angry or the most unscrupulous tend to get the most engagement. And I feel like that's been a real problem in our community lately, because it's like you know, I don't want to name people, but, you know, people will post some scam or whatever and get all this engagement, and all these people that are actually building real things are just like a drop in the water and no one ever sees it. And then people who don't know what they're doing is like, okay, cool, I'll send you some ETH, or I want to invest in this. I want to be rich. And then they're just draining all the liquidity from the market and making it so much more difficult for actual builders to do something. it's like the last couple of months has been super fucking hard in this space. It's kind of been a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, you got the energy, and like you said, the energy and the liquidity vampires that, you know, they just cause drama to cause drama, and then just, you know, again, $30 million. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Anyway, Turbo, go ahead.
Well, yeah, the one of the biggest problems is, you know, is that in psychology, right? Like they're using that against us, right? They know that if people feel shitty, right, that you will buy things. And so the more they can make you feel shitty, the more you'll buy things to make yourself feel better. And so we don't want to bring that into this ecosystem, but that's all we know, right? Like that's where it's so important, you know, that we have to create this foundation and completely start over, right? Like having tools and like having like good moves, right? Like, you know, NFTGo and having these tools that's able to help us to be able to get together, having people that we can truly trust, because there's so much just BS, right? Like everything is faked and frauded, but people are looking for an opportunity to get rich. So how much research are they really doing? Because we know the confirmation bias already tells us that we're going to look for things that support what we want, right? So when we see these hype projects and they got 100,000, you know, followers and, you know, they're doing all this stuff. Yeah, we want to believe that this thing's real because we want to get rich, right? Even though we know that it's probably not. But the people who are grinding and trying to put it through are getting beat down and running out of liquidity because all the money's getting pumped to the fake shit. So, you know, we just have to do better collectively. You know, we have to make better decisions. We got to come together and work stronger. That's what we're doing with the Web3 Breakfast. You know, especially speaking of getting stronger, we're 3 minutes away from our workout. We didn't get to get one yesterday. We had a rest day. And that's okay. You know, you got to have a rest day every now and again. There ain't nothing wrong with sitting the weights down and saying, hey, you know what? Like, I am sore and I'm tired and I need a break because that's just as important as putting the work in, is understanding that. So we had 3 minutes of that workout. I think, you know, I'll probably be doing some, you know, curls or something from the seat. I am back on the video.
There you go. Love
Made
that.
it.
Made it back.
I'm going to... Oh man!
Speaking of the video,
I'm happy to be back.
I don't know what the deal is, but if you are watching the video, I'm already sweating. Like I'm pitting out like a crazy man, and I haven't even started working out yet. I don't know what's happening. Must be the
It's
tea.
humid outside. It's humid outside. It might be the whole atmosphere, Jay.
It's everything.
You're excited, bro. You're excited for all the stuff that you see. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing that you've been working for a long time. It's coming together. You know what I'm saying? It's coming.
You know,
it's excitement.
It's crazy. It's crazy that you say that because I did have a really, you know, kind of in-depth conversation with somebody about that really recently. Is that, you know, the course of, you know, my career in this industry, you know, started in 2017, and it's been like a struggle, just like a lot of people. It's been a struggle. You know, you get the scams, you've been hacked, all these things, but you keep your head down, you work your fucking balls off every single day. You know, you show up when people don't show up, you don't capitulate, you keep working. But I tell you what, man. That time is coming to like a very near future where it all will make sense. Like all of this blood, sweat, and tears that have been years are coming to like a head. And I am so freaking pumped for it.
Stop. Don't mess with it. Leave it alone.
Mike's got that hot mic.
Other side, Will.
There we go.
I got you, Mike. Don't worry.
Hey, boss. I'm wondering real quick, are y'all live on video somewhere?
Yeah. So we do the stream. We got it up on YouTube and then Twitter.
I sent it to you, Poppy.
So it's you can either find it. Not only do we do the space off my account, but I do the live stream. We do the live stream on the Web3 Breakfast Twitter account, and then I've got a YouTube channel, and then Turbo has it go into his Twitter account as well as a Facebook account. So we are literally on 5 video platforms, or we got 5 video streams going and 1 audio space going. The goal is to get everywhere, and that's one of the other things that I can't wait for is really to build up the team. Right, we've got a solid foundation with, you know, Turbo 7 and myself, but you know, over the course of the next couple of weeks, like the idea and the plan is to integrate more people onto our team that want to participate. You know, editors, graphic designers, producers, researchers. I mean, we're building a freaking team that is going to carry with us over to Chain Labs. And you guys, if you know anything about what the plan with Chain Labs is, that's our community engagement and blockchain development center that I cannot freaking wait for. More to come on that. But
yeah, y'all need to tap in. Y'all need to tap in. Tweet the link out so you can post it on the top so you can drive people to these other platforms too, please. Pretty please.
It's Crypto J Chains on YouTube for anybody else to know. I know y'all never put it in the jumbo.
Yeah, put it in the jumbo.
You can actually go to, I think you can go to, let me just double check to make sure this is live, but it should just be
Because the Twitter one is just a Twitter stream. I feel like anytime I try to go to Turbo's and I look at the stream, I think it's like it doesn't take you to the YouTube. It takes you to just like a streaming on Twitter.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you could just go to jchains.live and then it'll take you right to the YouTube page and you can see exploring the exciting world of NFTGo Web3 Breakfast today. But it's workout time. It's time to get that pump in, baby.
Wait. Could I just say, okay, so wait, let me make sure I understand this right. So, Turbo, you can't get good internet, right? Like you have so you're not live with it, right?
He's back
right?
now.
I'm just making
He's back
No,
up.
he's
Okay, you're back now. Because I'm
back.
about to say, how we know he up there doing them pull-ups and them reps and everything else? We don't know. He could just be telling me that. I think not good. I'm sorry, guys. People been kind of bamboozling me all day.
All right, well, hold on. So what are these workout rules here? I got my kettlebells ready. What are we doing here?
Perfect. So here's what we do is every 30 minutes of the show, if it's a 2-hour show, we do it at 10:30, 11, and 11:30. If it's an hour show, we just do it at 10:30, just depending on how the day goes. But yeah, we play a song and you do whatever workout you want. You know, I'll probably do some curls, maybe. What are those squats with the thrusters? Is that what it is? Turbo? Yeah. So I might do some thruster squats.
Yeah, thrusters.
But yeah, man, swing that kettlebell. If you know, and even if you don't have weights, you know, you can just get up, do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups, some I hate doing sit-ups, so I'll never tell anybody to do sit-ups. I hate them with a passion. But
yeah, well, you know, I don't know if I'm coming through okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you sound
Jay, did
fine,
you
sir.
have probably not? Oh, okay, good deal, because you guys sound crazy on my end. Do you have a song, Jay, that you wanted to play, or I have one that is loaded up right now that we can try?
I would love for you to try yours, and then if not, we can rally.
Okay. Yo, shout out to the dry koalas, man. This is Bad Karma and the dry koalas. Let's see if we can get it.
Higher in the trees, eating eucalyptus leaves. Out in the treehouse in the eucalyptus tree. This is where we be when we vibing.
All right, let's go. Let's get them weights. Let's go. Let's work.
High up in the trees where we stay dry. We went from body to heat, and now we running with free. Never let it rain on your sunshine. High up in the trees where we stay dry. We went from body to heat, and now we running with free. I'm in the bed, we got nothing to fear. Go crushing jaws with claws that like steel. I'm high up in the treetops where we rock for real.
Let's go, Web3 Breakfast. Come on, get some results. Or make excuses. Choice is yours. Let's go.
And I still stay dry. I must remain fly. No wings on my body, but I still climb high. This my time to shine. My mind's like Einstein. Equipped with IP rights. Make sure you use them right. We all in the dream.
Out of the way, Jay. Nice job. Come on. There you go.
While it's getting lit, ignite. My L's is rolled up, getting ready for
We got 15 seconds, guys. Come on. Come on. Never let it rain on your sunshine. 5 seconds, Jay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and fantastic job, everybody. Whew. Nice work.
Man, you can
That's what I'm
definitely
talking about.
when you take a day
You
off,
gotta get, yeah.
you can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Well, like in a good way or a bad way?
Good way. I feel the weekend toxins moving through that bloodstream.
I did the Beast 45 workout this morning, folks.
How was it?
It was very challenging, actually.
Oh, and I'm so excited that you brought up the Beast 45, the workout. It is, it's for everyone. Step ups, step downs. You know what I mean? Anyone can do it. It's about having something that is usable for everyone. Kind of like NFTGo. You know what I'm saying? Like a project for everyone.
I love that.
That's right, baby. Man, you guys got me up like 2 hours earlier than normal. Now I've already worked out. What are you doing to me? You trying to improve my life or something? Come on now.
Return you to a machine.
Web3 Breakfast is about that 1%, man.
Well, so our big thing is we want to have healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios, right? And so we got to start somewhere. And so, we're starting with our workout breaks. All right. Still got to catch my breath. But I do want to get into some of the analytics that you guys have. And most specifically, would love to start with the barometer, the blue chip index, and how we could see, for example, the other day we saw the market sentiment go up big time. Volume was way down and blue chip index was way down. Like how do you guys factor in some of these metrics just so that it makes a little more sense?
Yeah, well, so first and foremost, if you guys do use this regularly, you can always scroll down to the bottom, and in our footer, there's a section that says docs, and there's a lot to read, but we have all of this information in the footer. But I'm still gonna obviously tell you what's up right now. But just so you guys know, we try to be as transparent as possible. And if there's ever something you can't find something in our doc section, just shoot me a DM and I'll add it. So sorry, I'm still catching my breath too. I've been so out of shape lately. So the market sentiment is like, there's three main factors. Number one is floor price. So I'm just reading from our doc section here. So floor price, taking into account the ETH floor price of the top 100 collections. So even though we take the top 100 collections, but 70% of this weightage is attributed to the blue chips, which is like the top 10 to 12 collections. And the remaining 30% is divvied among everybody else. So it heavily depends on blue chip collections. And I think right now, it's pretty obvious what the blue chips are. CryptoPunks, Pudgy Penguins, now we consider a blue chip, BAYC, all the big dogs. And then number two is NFT trading volume. It's almost the same thing. So it's the 24-hour trading volume of blue chip collections is also 70% in the trading volume. And then everything else of the top 100 collections is considered in the other 30%. So all the really tiny, small collections aren't actually considered in our calculation here. And then the third factor is Google Trends. And so that's just how frequently people are searching general terms like NFTs, but also other specific terms like Bored Ape Yacht Club, Yuga Labs, CryptoPunks, stuff like that. I don't have the list of all the terms we have here on Google Trends, but just basically stuff related to NFTs. So are people buying NFTs? Are people trading NFTs? And are people searching NFTs? Are basically what's calculated there in the market barometer.
Geez, sorry, I was muted and then decided to knock everything over on my desk. I love that I love that explanation. Thank you. Now, one thing that I would like to try to figure out how we can make more sense was, Turbo, and help me with this. The other day we saw, I think it was about a 25%, somewhere between like 22 to 25% volume decrease, but we saw the sentiment go up by 9 points, I think. Is that am I remembering that accurately?
Yeah, yeah, and like now I feel kind of like a bozo too, and I'm so glad, Jay, that that I was kind of rugging before, because I want to be like, oh man, like every time I be trying to look at this, the blue chip index is going down, but then the market sentiment goes up, and then whenever the sentiment goes down, the blue chip index goes up. This don't make no sense, but I just keep going with it. But you know what? I could have just took the time to get in there and read. But if you could help us out, NFTGo, and explain that would be super dope, because that's always been my biggest question, and like it'd help me from not having to read. And what a great utility for the Web3 Breakfast. You know what I mean? You don't have to read on this one.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what you're saying is you saw the blue chip index dip down by 25% on that same day, because I know what day you're talking about, because we went from like market sentiment like 17 or 18, and then it shot up to 20 something, and now it's up to 30. Because I didn't notice that, and that's something I would actually want to look into, because that generally doesn't make sense, because the blue chips are a really big part of our barometer calculation. So generally speaking, if blue chips are not performing well, it's going to crush the barometer. So I actually, I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't have a good answer. That might have been an error in our code. But what I can do is I'm going to hit up my technical team, who's a lot smarter than me, and I'm going to bring that up and get an actual answer from you guys instead of just bullshitting you.
Yeah, no worries. Because I mean, you could definitely, if I'm sure there's historic documents that would show, for the times and the dates together. To definitely take a look at that. But what was really interesting to me, and I was talking to Jay a little bit before the show about this, is that like when the sediment goes up, like I actually like feel I'm like, man, I want to buy NFTs. Today I'm rocking this Shells Orb shirt. It was a party we went to, I think in New York or something, and I didn't have one, and they let us in, and it was a great time, and they gave me a dope sweatshirt, and I didn't have one, and I was like, you know what, let me check them out, and I was having that feeling, and it was a cool project. I got one just for the shirt or whatever, but in all of that, it was like I was having that feeling, and I checked the barometer, and the barometer was up, and I just thought that was really interesting that I was having that sentiment myself without looking at the data itself.
You live it, you feel it. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah.
To see it recover a bit lately. Like there's been a few things happening lately that I think are partially responsible. The Boing Punks definitely have been doing good. B, this thing going on with Goblin Town getting in that video game on Twitch. I think their Goblin Town's floor price has doubled recently, if not more.
Yeah.
And then Franklin is back, which is good. And whether you like him or not, I think he's washed trading. I think he's great, but he adds a bunch of liquidity to the market and he adds volume. And also, I'm thinking that meme coin season is coming to an end. And listen, I know some of those people might have been unscrupulous, but I don't think all of them were. And some people did make a lot of money on Pepe and some of these other things. And hopefully, if meme coin season is ending, some of that liquidity is going to go back into NFTs. I think all of that is sort of accumulating into a nice little boost here for us. And I am hoping it's going to continue over to July. I think we're going to have a pretty decent July. Fingers crossed.
Listen, I'm right there with you. You know that liquidity from meme coin season is going somewhere. My only question was, is it going into the NFT market or the crypto market first? And I think what we came together with collectively, as this community, was about 70% of the money will go back into the crypto ecosystem and about 30% would go back into the NFT ecosystem, which, I mean, there's probably going to be some fluctuation of that. But, I mean, that makes the most sense right now. What I'm looking forward to, man, is seeing that 30-day profit and loss swing. Because since we started tracking this, there have been a huge imbalance of people in the loss on that 30-day figure. But I know at some point very soon, because if you're buying NFTs right now, and we've been talking about this now for a couple of days, I mean, look at some of the collections that historically people get priced out of. Mutant Ape Yacht Club, the floor price is 8.19 Ethereum. Now, in my opinion, Mutant Ape's got to get closer to 6 ETH floor before we start to see that turn around. And that's just because, before when it pumped up, it was like at 3 for a little while, and then all of a sudden it seemed like overnight it went to 6, stuck there for like a couple of days, and then just shot up and then became unattainable for a lot of people. So in my opinion, we're gonna have to see that one come back down to about 6, which we're getting very close. Bored Apes at 42.69. I think that's just so funny. I made a tweet yesterday about that. It's just so funny how like nerdy crypto is, that like everything's 420 and 69. Like it's just comical at this point. But at 42 ETH for a Bored Ape, when those things come back, I mean, historically they're well over 100 ETH, right? And so there are so many opportunities now for people to get in. If you've got the dry powder, if you've got that ability, start scooping up these collections. And when we see the market come back, that 30-day profit and loss, instead of seeing 432,000 people in the loss and 60,000 people in the profit, hopefully we'll see that flipped, where we've got 500,000 people in the profit and 50,000 people in the loss.
Yeah, that's a really astute observation, because that's when things are going to actually swing. Like because the barometer, although it's up higher than it was, 36 is still low. Like during the bull run, we would have never seen it this low, and so that's up a little bit, and that's fun. And the traders is up a little bit. I mean, the buyers is up a little bit. That's fun, but I think it's very wise of you to keep your eye on that. And I've been noticing it's been pretty crushed lately too. So I mean, obviously, this is not financial advice, but it may be a very strong indicator of when you want to start making more moves, is when that starts to go up, because the market might really start to heat up when we see that. So me personally, I don't know. You really think Mutant Ape's gonna go down to 6, huh?
I could see it. Somebody was calling for
Yeah.
Bored Apes to get down to 20, saying that the BAYC's got to get down to 20 ETH in order for something to happen. And I don't know if it has something to do with the loans or if there was some kind of liquidation, something that stuff that would require that to trigger then now the immediate buyback up. But I thought that was to cut it in half from where we are now is a little much, in my opinion. I think maybe high 30s is about as low as we'll see that go.
I think if that starts happening, the Web3 world will be on fire. Like, I'd find it hard to see it getting that low. I don't know. I think we're getting relatively near the bottom. I don't think the bull run's going to start soon, but this last couple of weeks here, I think may have been the bottom. It was pretty brutal there during like the last half of May. But I mean, none of us really know. We're all just speculating here. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I love it. Hey guys,
I definitely think.
Go ahead. I was just going to invite people if they want to participate in the conversation to make sure that they raise their hand and come on up and be a part of it. But please go ahead, Turbo.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that I think the next bull run is going to look completely different than this last one. I think we're going to really see like two sides to the bull. I think you're going to have a lot of community projects where these projects that people that they don't want to get out of, and they're going to come together, and you're going to see like true community projects, moving forward. And I think that will be kind of the battle, when we go into this next bull, where people are like, "Oh, you're on the hype side," or like, "Oh, you're like one of those community people." I think it's just a part of the evolution of the space and with just how young we are. So I'm really excited about it, and I think that finding other ways to add value as a community, right? Like through like actual branding and merch deals and stuff. I think the doodles are really kind of positioning themselves into a really good place in the next bull, where they're able to be like, look, these are all the things that we're doing. So I'm pretty excited about what's to come. I have to disagree with NFTGo, and listen, this seems ridiculous because this is all they do all day long, and I feel like a buffoon for even saying it. But I do have to say that I think that we'll have like these little baby bull calves that'll come. And there'll be these constant swings that will lead up into this ginormous explosion of the full-on bull.
Yeah, no, I agree with you very much. I think we're about to see a little mini baby bump here in July. Or at least I certainly hope so. And I think the real bull is going to start shortly after the halving. So if you look at the historic data of, not necessarily NFTs, but crypto in general, usually bull runs start between 30 and 90 days after the Bitcoin halving. And the Bitcoin halving should be around March or April, I think, of next year. Mm-hmm. So for the next 8 months or so is going to be this back and forth sway of these little mini bumps. But I hope, I don't know if I think, but I hope that this second half of May was as low as it was going to get. Because last September was also pretty rough. And this May was pretty rough. And generally September and October are bad for trading, not even just in crypto and NFTs, but the whole world. Mm-hmm. So maybe we're going to get a little bit of bump here in July and August. And then maybe it's going to go back down pretty hard in September and October. And so, yeah, I think we're going to sway back and forth. And then all we have to do is survive, especially us at NFTGo. We got to survive till the halving. And if all of us can just hold on to our bags and hold on to our funding, then when this halving comes, just buckle up. And hopefully you've been picking up a bunch of stuff for cheap in the meantime.
Yeah. How do you guys, because there's clearly you could just go onto the site and get all the information you need. You guys are very generous with, the reports that you come out with and some of the alpha things that I see you guys have been tweeting out where, you talk about some of the collections and the things that are going on specifically with it. But so how do you guys make money? Like how can you sustain, runway and longevity with, what is your revenue model? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no, totally. So right now, our burn rate is significant. So we got VC funding. I think we've got like 6.75 mil like a year and a half ago. And then we did a small bridge round, which was another 4 mil. So I think in total we've gotten something like 12. And I think, I don't have the numbers on top of my head, but I think we have like another 2 years of runway, 2.5 maybe. But right now we're making money through our API. So if you go to the site and hover over products and scroll down to the developers API, there's a lot of tools that use our data for what they're doing. So for instance, right now, KuCoin is building some really cool stuff with our API. If you go to LooksRare, all the analytics you see on LooksRare are actually pulled in through our API. And there's this really cool platform being built right now called Sending.me. And so essentially they're like they're trying to be a Web3 version of Discord. What they're doing is really cool, and they're trying to fix a lot of the complaints that people have with Discord and move a lot of the Web3 community to them and add a lot of stuff onto it. And so right now, our main revenue model is by selling our API. And we've got some pretty big time clients if you check out that. Now, we are going to have some other ways to monetize that I can't officially announce soon, but they're going to be released in, I think, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And when they are, I'll come back on and we'll talk about them. Okay. But yeah, so to be honest, right now, our burn rate is significant. I think we're in the whole like 200 or 250 a month right now.
But like you said, that's probably coming to hopefully an end soon. And you and I, when we talked on Friday, that was the one thing that we talked about is, yeah, we're gonna talk this week. But when you guys do have your big announcement, definitely come back and chat more about it, all the things you guys are doing. Because back in my Meta Money days, like when we first started connected, I think Jai was probably doing some of the outreach then. And I love the site, and it is way more robust now. I have always benefited of what you guys are doing and where this is going. Yeah, there are some other analytical sites out there, but I know you guys. We've talked on the phone many times. We've been in each other's spaces. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. And however us at Web3 Breakfast can help you guys out, just let us know, because you've been nothing but fantastic to us. So.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. I think we're going to be all right. It's scary sometimes in the bear, but like I said, I think we have 2 years of runway, maybe a little bit more, and we're all predicting that the bear market will be over within this next year. Mm-hmm. So we're just doing our best to build the best possible product that we can, and also to hang out during the bear and keep building and keep showing up for people and keep trying to give other people a platform, because this is where all the real MFers are, right? Like the people that are around now and that are supporting us now and that aren't running away and still trying to be a part of the community are like the real like day ones that are going to be here forever. And I don't want to disregard the people that just show up for the bull, but a lot of those people are going to be in and out. And so the people now are probably going to be very long-term, really strong bonds. And, it's a little bit scary. Like we definitely, unfortunately, like had to let a few people go over the last year, which sucks. But if we make it, not just we as NFTGo, but I mean, we as a community in Web3, we're going to see a massive benefit for being patient and fighting during these hard times,
Absolutely, man. 100%. And really quick, Nikki, this one goes out to you and Patrick. Got to throw a shout out to my day ones. Kayla, you got your hand up.
Hey, yeah, love day one vibes. But did he just, maybe we're going to make it? Did he just give us one of those?
Wag me. Wag me.
That's kind of refreshing.
Yes.
And that's actually what I was going to say. Sounds like you're really confident and honest. So that's, the kind of people I'd like to support right now. And then, hearing the runway, that's a really good sign. I can't ask for more than a runway. I really can't. I don't even have a runway for my nonprofit, and I'm into that, right? So a runway is like a lot more than I think people realize. I don't think a lot of people realize how much debt a lot of these companies are in. So to have a runway is a really, really awesome sign. And so like your API, right? That sounds like another profit model that is completely irrelevant to the clients, which I love. So can you tell me how that works?
Yeah, so we've got two main pieces of our API right now. So we have our data API, which is someone like LooksRare builds. So basically, so we have all of our own nodes, and we don't use third-party companies for a lot of our data, which requires a whole bunch of really skilled developers and a whole bunch of servers and money. And so when you have someone like LooksRare, they're spending so much time making their website great, making the marketplace great, it's just cheaper for them to tap into our API to provide floor prices and whatever analytics they want through us. And so, I mean, that's relatively obvious. So there's a lot of companies that it's just easier for them to pay us to tap into our API to display their analytics. Now we also have this new thing that we're building that I think we just recently got our first client. So it's a marketplace aggregating SDK, which is a software development kit. So we're essentially trying to become, so to speak, the Shopify for marketplace aggregate. So let's say like you're a wallet. Excuse me. So if we want, we want to make it really easy for anyone in the community to just add on a marketplace aggregator to whatever tools they're building. So if you go onto our site, you can buy NFTs, right? But we're not actually a marketplace. We don't actually even make any money when you buy an NFT through our site. We don't add anything onto it. But you can pull in from, OpenSea, X2Y2, wherever, it'll come into our site. And so with our SDK, it's like a little plug and play. If you're a crypto wallet and you want your whole user experience to stay on your site, right? You don't want people to leave your site when they have to go to buy an NFT somewhere. You can just tap into our API, pull in whatever you want to pull in, and that way your users will stay on your site longer. And those are the two main things. We're adding some really cool things to it now, like on an alert service system. So like on our site right now, but maybe soon you'll be able to be alerted when a certain NFT or certain collection reaches a certain price. But right now that's already available with our API. So I guess that's essentially the gist of it. You can build your own marketplace with our API, or you can incorporate whatever NFT data you want with our API. And we can also build custom endpoints. So if one of our clients has a very specific need that requires some sort of crypto or NFT data, we'll customize it just for them, even if it's not something we do on our site.
Yeah. Kayla, did that answer your question?
Yeah, I want to say hey to the DGen blockage of hey fam, but also I actually have another question about the API, just because I think that's a really good profit model, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about collecting data. So last thing I wanted to say is I'm a big fan of the doodles and a big fan of and the earlier ETH projects in general as a community that have stuck around. But I will say, not mentioning any in particular, you can 100% ratio them at this point, like who's around in their community, by putting out a wallet list collection thing and being like who's minting. It's not very strong, but all I want to say is people, I think you guys said this earlier, is that team up and come together. Like 4 of these projects that had 4 drops are gonna crush it in comparison to 1 project that had 1 drop. So it's definitely the team up vibe that we're going for. And love that you have an API. I got many questions about that.
Yeah, feel free to hit me up anytime. And if you know anyone in the industry that's building something and isn't aware of our API, hook a brother up.
Let's
definitely
go. I'm sorry, Kayla. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, and I gotta say too, Kate. Okay. Yeah. So Kayla, I did see your thing we posted up in the nest. I was like, this is like the perfect thing for Web3 Breakfast. Pay close attention to everything. Notice what no one else notices. Then you will know what no one else knows. And that's always useful. That's the secret. That's the key. And they put it right out in front of you, generally right in books. Right there, right for you. But I do see we have a hand up from Wild Bill. Wild Bill, what's up, family? How you living?
I'm living really good, guys. How are you guys doing?
Oh man, living the dream. That's for sure.
All right, so I just wanted to say,
just hanging out with the fam.
NFTGo. I will be talking to you. I'll send you a DM. We're actually developing, and everything you just said is aligning to exactly what we need. So I'll be messaging you for sure.
Nice.
That makes me very happy. Thank you, my brother.
We actually may need a little custom work.
Heck yeah. Wild Bill's the homie, just so you guys know. Yeah, so you guys should definitely connect offline for sure, Jared. DGen, what's up, fam?
I put my hand up, but then I take it down. It's kind of noisy out here. I'm sitting out here having my coffee. And you guys were talking serious, so I was like, me, I'm not going to get serious. I'm going to always say something to be comical. But, I can't help that. You have to forgive me for that, guys. All right? I just always got to lighten the mood, and that's just me. that you guys are talking some serious stuff. NFTGo, I like what you're saying. And I do want to pick your brain a bit since I do have the DJ the Blockhead show. And I'm looking for new material. So for me, I love listening to all you intelligent people. And shout out to everybody in the room. Sci-Fi, what's up, love? How you doing? Kayla, you already know what's up. But I'm about to say, man, well, you know, everybody talking about bear market. What bear? There's no goddamn bear. I eat bears for breakfast. This ain't nothing. I'm ready, I'm already eating. So this is everybody talking about bear market. This ain't bear. What do you mean bear? You mean like bear cereal, like sugar grams or something, or sugar smacks? Like we're talking about like cereal?
Nah,
talking?
D.O.B.
Would anybody?
Nah, bro, we talking about our billfolds.
Do people eat bear meat?
Right. Hey, listen, don't judge me.
Bears
I've had it.
What was that, Jared?
My dad's a survivalist, right? Let me tell you, my dad used to play these little games. I ain't gonna say games. So we up on the mountain. I done had rattlesnake. I done had bear meat, squirrel. I done had. I think it was mountain lion. Unless he was messing with me, I think we had a little mountain lion. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's crazy. That's why. No, but you know, for real though, you'd be surprised what you can grill up and just with the right amount of herb and seasoning. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. I was mad, but I was surprised. You know. But I'll never do it again. And if you're gonna eat bear meat, eat the rump. All right, leave the other parts alone.
that juicy booty. There was a time
D.O.B.
when we were I was living in Austin, Texas, and we would go to this. Funny enough, it was a gas station. It was a Shell gas station that had a food mart there, and they literally had like the best tacos anywhere in Austin that we would find. And they also had a meat counter. And one day, we went there and got some of the steak fajita meat or whatever it was we were going to make the tacos at home. Ordered it, went home, ate the tacos for one day, and then I think it was probably like 3 days worth of meat. And so like the final day, it was my turn to make it, and so I was cut it all up, put it in there, and then cook it. And I was going to throw the package away, and it wasn't beef, it was chivo. Which is goat, and I will tell you, I was surprised, but it was delicious. I would not turn goat meat away, not knowing. I guess I would have probably said no if I knew what it was. But knowing that I ate it, not knowing, I'll tell you what, chivo is pretty good.
Isn't that how it is though? If you don't know what it is, and then you get to eat it, and your taste buds, I'll be like, damn, this is pretty good. And you mess around and you sit there eating stuff you ain't never thought of. Like, I mean, seriously, I never would have thought I was eating armadillo. Like, what the hell? So no, I'm just saying.
You wouldn't eat no damn armadillo. You can't eat no armadillo. You'd have leprosy.
Is that who D.O.B. is? What the hell?
Wait, isn't Arthur the armadillo? Is he eating Arthur, or is that a different animal?
That's an aardvark, man.
Arthur, you see Arthur don't have no more seasons.
What was
I can see D.O.B. eating an aardvark too, so don't worry. That doesn't seem like out of his realm of taking a bite out of crime. So.
Right.
Can we go back to the fact that he said he talked about sugar smacks? Like, shout out to the 80s babies here. Like, I totally forgot about that cereal.
Right on.
Yeah, I was back in the day. I was a corn pops guy. Gotta have my pops.
Corn pops is still good. Don't sleep on it. Don't play it lightly. Corn pops is banging. Like I eat the corn pops. I'll still eat Fruity Pebbles. I'm just saying. Like I'm just saying. I remember all of that. I even put ice cubes in the cereal sometimes.
Waffle Crisp.
I'm a
You guys
Reese's
remember
Puffs
Waffle
guy.
Crisp? That was
Ain't had no Waffle Crisp back in the 80s and the late 70s.
It was the early 90s.
Oh wait, we ain't talking about that. That don't count.
Yeah, Waffle Crisp definitely will get it. Waffle Crisp definitely can get it. Like, what about Cheerios with like a cup of sugar?
Oh, so I used to do that. The plain Cheerios with a cup of sugar. Now I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Cheerio has come out with a new cereal. It's their Almond Crunch line. Fan-freaking-tastic. It is so good.
No, thank you. I don't eat nuts. Sorry, but you know what? We used to get punished. Right? Let me tell you what the punishment was. We was in trouble in my house. Like, I had 6 sisters, 4 brothers. All right. So when we was in trouble, somebody screwed up. My mom would go out and buy grape nuts.
Ooh.
Okay, and then you have that hard ass cereal, and
no one liked grape nuts.
I wonder why our teeth are messed up.
Speaking of grape nuts,
it doesn't matter how much milk and sugar.
My dad did the same thing. My dad did the exact same thing. I am dying right now. Yes, I feel you. I feel right
that's
now.
so funny. Let's get to Grateful's hand. What's up, fam?
Yo, what's up? Shit, man. All cereal, dude. My mom was like, always stocked the house with cereal when I was a kid. But now that I have kids, dude, it's like all this shit is freaking poison, dude. Unless you're buying like straight organic granola cereal, which is way better than all that other shit, by the way, in my opinion, it's just all poison, dude. Like, I'm pretty picky about the cereal that I give my kids, but it's good. It's just really bad.
Let me ask you a question, Grateful. Because a couple weeks ago, I picked up my AKCB that has the bowl of cereal, right? That is the chocolate O's. I am in talks with a cereal manufacturer to get a gluten-free chocolate O cereal made for the Web3 Breakfast Company or the Web3 Breakfast Club. Would you feed that to your children?
I don't know. I would have to look at it. I would give him a bowl. I would give him a bowl for support.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, for sure. At least one bowl for support. Yep. That's cool, man. That's awesome.
And then they'd be like hooked. They'd be like, we want the Web3 breakfast cereal, Dad. We hate you if you don't get us the Web3 breakfast cereal. It'd be crazy, man. That'd be absolutely nuts.
But yeah, dude. DJing, like, this bear market sucks ass, bro. It sucks. I'm so sick of it. How come, like,
what? I left my ID in my hotel room. Can you buy this bottle of wine just got up there for me? I'll give you cash for it. It's just.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm on my way to a job.
When was the last time you played Hey Mister? Golly, Hey
Sorry,
Mister. Hey Mister, I promise you I'm 21, even though I look like I'm 12. Can you buy this whiskey for me?
Yo, Dad.
How come like a year in a bear market feels like 3 years, and then a year and a half in a bull market feels like 6 months?
It's so funny how that it is that psychological, because it wears you down, because salt levels, people get a little testy and a little pissy. It just happens. Whereas, when you're having fun, time flies, right? And during those bull markets, and you're not sleeping because you're so excited, you're making thousands of dollars while you sleep or while you're trying to sleep. You sit there and, man, I was doing that yesterday. I don't know if anybody got involved on the alpha drop, but while we were waiting, man, it was supposed to at 4:45 was supposed to be the pre-sale. Man, I was sitting there refreshing my Twitter every time. I'm like, come on, Titan. We finally got it though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's actually presented a good opportunity. I've been doing pretty good with alpha. I've been just like literally sitting on Dextool since last night. My wife's like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, aren't you sick of staring at your phone?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing good right now. I'm cool with it." But dude, I mean, all I think about, like, doesn't everybody miss just like being able to go on CoinMarketCap literally every other day of the week and go to the top gainer section, and it's like 200, 300, 400x, like 40,000% on new projects. It's just like a regular weekly thing, like nonstop. I miss it, man. I want it back.
It's coming. We got a little less than a year, in my opinion, for to see that kind of action again, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean, not financial advice. Again, I got to be careful since I run a brand. But is anybody else praying for this XRP lawsuit to end?
Yeah, it's going to happen like any day.
It better.
Yes.
I'm
really. It was actually my first entry ever, so I got a love-hate relationship with XRP. But hey, man, like, yeah, XRP was the first thing I ever bought, so I'm ready for this shit to be over with.
XRP, for me, having a bag of XRP, that's for the culture, right? Like, that is to say that I was here. I've had it forever. It's not going anywhere. That is one of those ones that, at this point now, you held it through. And I tell you what, man, when we get to the other side of this, which I feel like is going to be in the next couple of weeks, and that could be the catalyst you guys were talking about, a little bit ago, was, having our little baby run. That could be the catalyst for a little baby run. At least take us up to like 30K Bitcoin or something,
Absolutely.
Can I just say that when David and I was sitting down, we were sitting down eating some Rice Krispies, and we was coming up with the XRP token and everything and creating. Yeah, I'm just saying, I was in there since day one too. Yes.
Let's go. Kayla, you got your hand up. What's up, fam?
Yeah, I'm curious where you guys think, Bitcoin will go. I think it's definitely going to go up and down, especially because of, what's happening overseas too. like, you know, crypto being listed again in, or legal to mine, I should say, in, you know, China. I think that's pretty interesting. I was looking into that, and curious if you guys saw how they're like kind of mining, to, for lack of a better explanation, to put rare or new Satoshis into the market for investors. And curious if you guys have thought about that or looked into it. Oh, wait, I also wanted to say XRP is giving out grants. So I was not early to XRP. I just, you know, heard about it from my grant writing experience mostly. Would love to hear about people who are early to XRP.
Oh, they're doing grants too?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. They're doing nonprofit grants, and yeah, the DGen blockage, and I have talked about that. So NFTGo, let's team up.
Yeah, I've actually looked into it. So who introduced me to J Chains is my buddy Jai, and we hung out with the fellas at Ripple at NFT NYC, not this year but last year, and we looked into their grants pretty hardcore. It doesn't fit with our model, but if you're planning on building something on Ripple, you should take a look at what they're offering and try and get some of that. I think they're great. I would love that's popular on XRP. I could probably convince our founders to do something, but it just doesn't align with our roadmap currently, unfortunately. But yeah.
Last thing I'll say is, you know, for the reason I love API and data specifically is because, you know, again, you can really track everything that's happening here with that data. But secondly, you can make it interoperable for a lot of other projects and cross-bridge it. And I write bridges. So that's actually like interoperability is the main thing I focus on. I love that for you.
I mean, that's massive, right? Interoperability is massive for where we're going, not only with these different blockchain ecosystems, because it also, there is the potential for, you know, specific blockchains to carry specific data, right? Like you got to think, like once we get down the road, you know, if we decide to put all of our medical records on the blockchain, like that has got to be on the absolute most private, secure blockchain. Whereas, you know, if we've got transactional or we've got data housing, you know, whatever, there is interoperability is massive for blockchains. Now you got to go down the road a little bit farther, like we were talking about yesterday, the metaverse, right? Or the metaverses, as we decided that there will be multiple of those. As long as they're interoperability, we got no problems. There could be 1,000 different metavis. Now, that's what we decided yesterday, right? Like multiple metaverses is metavi.
Yep, you said metavi.
Yep, metavi. I like it. Go ahead, DJ.
I just had 2 serious questions. You guys mark it on the calendar. Very rarely do I ask serious questions. First question. You guys, all of you who are into XRP or are interested in jumping into XRP, what price do you envision for XRP with all that Ripple is doing? I'm not even going to talk about the Ripple stock. I'm going to leave that be because that right there, I don't even want to get into it. But what price do you foresee or you would like to see based on what it is that Ripple is offering, what it is XRP and XRPL is doing? And then my second question, J-Chain Cerebral 7. So I keep hearing you talk about building a team. You guys ever thought about having DJ Mello on the team somewhere? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hell yeah. And the number for XRP is 589.
Actually,
dang,
we did
did you hear that breath? Oh my gosh, don't be mean.
Hey, yo, DJ, I'll make the rules around here. You're on the team.
No, I just.
What's the huff and puff about?
Yeah.
Well, because I had this really good idea I've been wanting to give to the DOB for a minute, and I just haven't been able to do it. And then now he's just on the Web3 Breakfast. So now, you know what I mean? I might as well just keep it to the team. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, because you know what would be dope, bro? I was thinking this, right? Is that you could have a show with like NFTGo, and then you tell people like, hey, go check through their, you know, like read through their white paper or like, you know, like what the project's about. And then we're going to have an NFTGo DOB or Blockhead show that's, you know, that's all about NFTGo. And then, you know, people could play and win prizes and stuff. And, you know, being that I am an executive over at the DOB show, you know, I definitely, you know, I think that we should do that.
Slide it in my DM, sexy. Let's do it.
You know me, man. I like to form topics about anything. Like the questions for season 3 is gonna be crazy, but wait till season 4 kicks off with the new everything. Y'all gonna lose your minds.
Hell yeah.
That is what I like, dude. Cross marketing and interoperability. Just slide in my DMs.
Collaboration is key.
True.
Especially
yeah, I
right
mean,
now.
we're all just a community. And like the only way we're gonna survive is by all supporting each other and helping lift each other up. Like the people that like to stand on an island and push other people away aren't gonna make it. Like we gotta have each other's back here.
That's facts. That's facts. Can I just say this real quick, and you guys not get mad at me for saying it? But I noticed Turbo said I'm executive over there. You know how he did that, y'all. You know how he did that. He went in there and he got one of the membership passes. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there because we got him. And this is the ground floor. If y'all don't get on the ground floor of what DJ and Blockhead Media is doing, LLC, I'm telling you, you're going to be mad in a year or two. You're going to be like, why? Or why didn't I follow that crazy guy? Why didn't I go to his channel? Why didn't I buy a membership pass? And then us partnering up with Aura, I know y'all probably seen that. I'm excited. So y'all pay attention. Pay attention.
So I got a question. So what NFTs have you all been picking up lately? I mean, obviously not financial advice, but I'd love to know what you guys are trying to get for super cheap right now and holding for the bull.
Me? So I can go with that. So personally, I have made a big bet. Now I did, and as you guys know, I took a lot of my crypto holdings and switched it into NFTs for this cycle for the very reason of being able to enjoy my portfolio, right? Versus looking at, what once was a lot down to a little. I can now look at, my NFTs and I'm happy. I've made a big bet on a kid called Beast. I think what they're doing with all the verticals is head and shoulders above what some other projects are doing. Not only that, Rasp and Crad, those guys are fucking workaholics, man. They are just doing some shit. And not only that, but if you look at the community, now I am in the community. I've got several of them, and I will continue to stack those up. But what I'm seeing is the community of Beasts coming together to make content, to build and help the ecosystem form and grow. That is not something you're seeing anywhere else. And Turbo, like what you said about Doodles, I like what Doodles, when they made that shift and said, hey, listen, we're not an NFT project, we're a media company. Boom, right there, you had my attention, because that is a pivot that we all know is coming. NFTs, as we know them, calling them NFTs, has got a shelf life. It is not going to last forever. So with the companies that we're starting to see make these pivots into media companies or, multimedia or whatever it is, like that's gaming, that's going to be the future. And so like with AKCB, that's where my big bet is. And then obviously, I'm hoping to scoop up another Mutant or even a Bored Ape this year.
But wait, you haven't touched on Dobbs, really?
On what?
Really? You haven't touched on Dobbs memberships either for this media company? I'm hurt. I'm crushed.
I'm sorry. Hey, I will pick me up. I will pick me up one of those. I think you said D gods, and I almost started laughing. Ain't no fucking way I'm buying a D god.
Oh man, yeah. I will say, like right now in this season, I've actually moved away from like a lot of the hype NFT projects. Man, I'm literally only buying stuff that is for my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm tired of supporting projects that go to shit. You know what I'm saying? That like, you know what I mean? That I make like, oh man, I might make a bag, and I don't, because I don't sell them. I watch them go to zero. You know what I'm saying? And then I laugh and I put them in my little trash folder, and I go there every now and again and just go through the graveyard. So instead, this season, man, I'm just like support my friends. I got one of the DOB passes. You know what I'm saying? I picked up one of these shell orbs. You know what I'm saying? Just because I went to their party. You know what I mean? And because Jay, do you remember when we were at the convention and that Hungry Mouth guy? And I was like, oh shit, I think I have one of these. And he's like, no way.
Yep.
And he was so happy. Like, I mean, like he wanted pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying, dude? I want that. That's utility. You know what I'm saying? So, probably bad financial advice, but great friendship and community advice. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. So, I saw the Gardens in here earlier. I love doing just stuff with cool like Gabe Vice. I picked up one of his just because he's dope. Crypto Goons, Space Riders, Brawler Bears, all these lower projects that I think have really dope founders is one of my favorite things to pick up right now. And with the way I figure, if I get like, a few NFTs from like 10 different collections that are all like 0.1 right now that have cool founders, at least one of them's got to pop off later during the bull run anyways. But even if they don't, just supporting dope artists and dope people is super satisfying.
Oh man, I think that's absolutely true. And there are a couple of smaller collections as well, like the DGen tunes. Big fan of that. Right now, those things are like historically low. And then Fat Rat Mafia is one of my favorite. And then the Crypto Dads. As you guys know, we did a special Father's Day episode on Sunday with the Crypto Dads. They've got the Crypto Moms as well. So ladies, you can be included. And the guys and the gals over there in that community are super awesome. So there are definitely communities for all of us to be looking at.
Bro,
Yeah.
we forgot Meta Rides. They're minting right now.
Oh,
Meta
shit.
Rides, that's the one right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? They're doing their mint right now with Unstoppable Domains. That's definitely one to check out.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
That's the homie Craig and Hermie down there. We got Craig in the building. What's up, family? Let's get some of these hands really quick. Let's go Grateful and then Kayla. And then Grateful, you've always got the opportunity to say ladies first, and you let Kayla go before you, but that is your call. Your hand was up first though.
Take it away, Kayla.
Oh,
Take it away, girl.
you don't stop. I basically just wanted to say I think the future of Web3 is definitely like a AAA console style game in Web3, but for education and learning, like even just learning this stuff, right? Like degen style. And on-chain monkeys is still pretty high, but a sick community.
Yes, I agree. I got to get more into that though. That's an ordinal now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that, but I didn't want to ramble. Thanks. All right, fine. No, totally. They made that exact perfect transition that we were talking about. And I'd love to talk about it because I've always liked their community, but they weren't the first. They weren't the last. They were somewhere in like the nice middle sweet spot of the East bust and then, bull. And then, their community moved over to ordinals and they had a good depth in the community. And Danny, he did, a project that is about dimensions. And it's going to help onboard artists. So I think it's just the perfect use case for a community. So I think you're buying into a lot more than like the on-chain monkey. You already got one of Danny's NFTs if you did that like 2 months ago. So I was like, oh, dang it, I wish I could get one. But the floor was still, relatively high. But like all-time low.
Yeah, and also while we're talking about these things, also we can't be snoozing on our friends that are also Web3 artists. I see Nessie down in the crowd. Make sure if you guys haven't gotten anything that he's been putting out, he's got the one-on-ones coming out real soon. I am a Rilla Pass holder. I would implore if there are still those available for you guys to pick up a Rilla Pass. But that's the thing, we can have fun with our NFT projects, being PFPs and all that stuff, and getting into communities. But we got to remember also, music is going to be one of the biggest catalysts for mass adoption in this ecosystem. So we got to get behind our friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
as a fellow music nerd, and so we're not official partners with this guy. He's just a supporter of us, and he's going to be on our show. Have you heard of Cantor?
Yes.
Yeah, so Cantori, they're going to be guests on the space, I think, in a couple of weeks, and they're about to mint. They have a cool little music project. I'm really big on supporting the music folks. I'm a fan of Blau. I'm a fan of Cantor. Someone's going to figure this out and bust the market open with a sick music NFT.
Oh, but I don't want to interrupt, but man, NFTGo, I'm doing a music project with a company. If you want to message me, all musicians, just slide in my DMs because I trust you guys. But trying really hard to gauge that that thing we were talking about, like KPI actually.
Yeah, I followed you back, so you can message me. Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm a big music nerd, and even if we don't do an official partnership or whatever, you're welcome to hop onto our space and talk about your project for sure.
Boom.
Definitely, it's not mine, but I'm gonna DM you because I don't like shilling.
Shilling is tough. I see. That's one of the hardest things about like working with projects is that I'm not a shiller. Like I feel like I'm more of a showman than a shiller, and so it's really tough to shill something, even if you believe in it. Like you can talk well about it, but it's just a whole different ballgame. I'm right there with you, Kayla. I don't like to shill. I like to talk positively and inform people of stuff, but the hard shill is just such a tough thing to do. I would never make it as a true sale.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
I love the shill. I love it. If you want a shiller, hit me in the DM. I am for hire. I'll be like, and now, you know what time it is. It is the Web3 Breakfast around the community. Let's take a look and see who's cooking out here. I see somebody new down there. They're a dog lover. NFTs and partnerships. We see you down there, Pat. I love that dog. I hope it is a dog behind there. Is that it is. Oh my gosh, it's Derek. He's just another Derek. He's in the retail pod, WP creators, web hosts, all kinds of different things. Find him down there. Check him out. We see you, Shane. We see you with, Michelle has nothing in hers. So that's all she gets. Find these people. This is the Web3 Breakfast, and that's our community. Take a moment, connect with somebody, and just spread some love.
Boom. Michelle, just so you know, Michelle is one of the Ethereal Nodes family member, community members as well. Just saying. That's family.
Yes,
Nikki, how are you? You've been somewhat quiet today.
I know. I'm just listening. It's not. I mean, I'm learning about all these other projects and everything. I did see that I have no ties to like XRP or anything. I was just looking at their grants. Kayla, by the way, shout out to you. I'm also from the grant writing community. But that grant opportunity actually closes in 5 days. Just FYI for everyone.
Oh my gosh, I've never met another grant writer in Web3.
Oh my God, yeah.
Have you met another grant writer in Web3?
You just did.
Have you though?
I have, but not like at the level of like talking in depth about it. But yeah, it's a rarity.
Let's do it.
I know.
Use Cardano, but I'd love to talk. Well, I mostly like am editing for devs, but I'd love to talk.
Oh my gosh, yes, please. I think I added you, so we'll talk.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, like Ethereal, we love Web3 Breakfast, and I told Patrick, he was on here for a little bit, but I said, hey, I'm gonna go listen. Do you want to come on? He's like, yeah, I'll be on in a second. He literally was on for a second.
Hey, true to his word. That man is true to his word. He said, I'll be on there in a second, and he stayed for a second. Good for him.
Yeah. We're excited though. We're lots going on. But yeah, I'm quiet because I'm listening to everyone else.
Perfect. And we've got a community call in about 4 hours. I think it's about 3:30 p.m. Eastern today. So if you are in the Ethereal community, make sure you check out Telegram. 3:30 p.m. today, we are having a team call or a community call just to kind of check in and see what's going on. Very, very excited for that. Let's go. Here's how I'm seeing this. Let's go Rax, Craig, and then Grateful.
So, I mean, I just wanted to ask if anyone was smoking weed in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always?
You're right. When are they not?
All right,
so
cool. Just need to make sure.
There will be a
420 for the culture.
There will be a Web3 branding for sure that we have that will be very friendly to all of our smoking. I promise. I will make sure there's like a waffle crunch or something that comes out. That's
you should talk to
breakfast.
You should talk to HLK then, because they have like stream patenting as one of their potential community benefit.
I love it. So here, guys, here's another one of our businesses that we're going to be doing because my name begins with a J, and I have a lazy lion with the L hat that happens to be smoking a joint. One of our products that we're going to be coming out with is Lazy J's, some pre-rolled JJs. So much like the baby Jeters that you get. So get yourself some Lazy J's coming to a dispensary near you soon.
Lazy Lions, guys. Wow, good community.
Yes. Actually, so we're going to have Asher on the show pretty soon. Him and I have been chatting. I was talking with him and as an assistant on email, and then we were DMing the other day. So we're going to get Asher on the show to talk about what's going on with the Lazy Lions in that community. That was honestly the first NFT that I bought that had any kind of value. I spent 6 ETH on my Lazy Lion. It's not worth that right now.
Oof, that's a big hit, bro.
Yeah. I think the floor on the L hats is maybe an ETH right now, but it'll come back. Trust me. That community, when the attention comes back, they're really good at really getting everybody excited with the roars and let's LFR, let's freaking roar. Asher had put out something the other day, like what's like your favorite timeline event, on Twitter for the Lazy Lions, and I put, man, that NYC party. If you guys had a chance to go to that party during NFT NYC a couple years ago, that thing was litty in the city, and I took the mic actually out of Asher's hand, and I was emceeing that thing, and I was not paid to do so. That was fun.
Why does that not surprise me, like one bit?
You put a microphone anywhere near me, there's a chance that I'm going to grab it and start talking to people, because that's what I love. That's why I was put on this planet.
I thought she was making a stab and not getting paid.
Oh,
me as well.
Oh
no.
I mean, Max, I took the positive.
Take it for what you want.
I took the
exactly.
positive.
Thanks, Jay. Thank you.
Yes, I'm a silver lining kind of guy. Yeah, Michael. Geez.
Yeah, Michael's like more of like a brown lining. Wait, is that
really?
Wait,
really?
What the hell?
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna say it has been. Well, this has been a very confusing show. I forget who it was that came in and they were like, It was paper hand. He was like, yeah, he's like, I'm not coming to Tennessee because I want to fist fight Turbo. I'm like, what the hell? I would never fist fight. He's like, this guy's so loving and so nice. And I'm just like, oh, so we're gonna have
no cameras.
A backwards.
I would definitely arm wrestle you, and I think I would win without even trying.
So
maybe
that, just so you guys know, arm wrestling will be on the schedule for the Web3 Field Games. There will be a arm wrestle tournament.
I'm down.
For sure. For sure.
I'm down.
Bro, I'm the worst. I'm the worst arm wrestler ever. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, ladies, if you get your arms pumped up, you can come through and arm wrestle me. It's a sure win. As I'm not that good at it.
You don't even need to get your arms
it.
pumped up. Let's be real.
I feel like
his arms?
forearms from typing so much. It might be like it's bad for carpal tunnel, but it's good for arm wrestling. So bring it on.
Michael has strong forearms too. I mean, I think you know what? I don't know. I'm actually generally a happy girl, and
you're like attacking Turbo every chance you get. So every time he says something, kill him now.
It's
because he went for the negative.
Yes, it's all for fun.
This is to come from the same person who gave me the finger yesterday and flipped me the bird.
I did. Dang. That sounds exactly like me, but I mean, I did.
Now, children. Let's. Or I'm supposed to be Mr. Belding, right? That's my role in this community. Is I'm the Mr. Belding.
Yeah.
All right, now, children. Let's all get
But
along.
I'm Jesse after showgirl, so I mean, there's that, right?
Ratburn, I guess.
let's.
Oh yeah, that's definitely that.
Let's get to Craig and then Grateful. And then
Sorry, Craigie. I apologize. Yeah, I'm nice.
Craig.
So you should. Love you.
Love
G'day,
you.
everybody. What's going on, everybody?
What is happening, sir? How we doing? Good evening to you, sir.
It is closing in on midnight here, so I am just out for my stroll in between showers. I always have a late stroll before I lay down to try and get some of that toxins out of my body. But it's been a great day and blessed to be here as always. But I heard the words interoperability and NFT musicians, so I had to put my hand up and come up and say hello. But I wanted to just say to Nikki and Kayla, I too am a grant writer in real life, but I'm not in Web3 doing grants. But that's been my career for 30 years. So I hear you when you talk about grant writing for Web3. So don't know how I can fit into the picture. Sorry?
Then write me a grant.
Yeah, me too.
Craig,
I don't know anyone named Grant.
Craig, let me ask you a question. You're a grant writer. You were also the president of the Australian Major League Baseball Association. You're a founder.
So my career, I studied a Bachelor of Business in Marketing and Sports Management. And my marketing side of it was philanthropy. I specialised in philanthropy and consumer behaviour as my grant. So when I first entered the sporting arena, before I became the CEO of the Australian Baseball League here under the Major League Baseball banner, I was a marketer in the sporting industry for a long time before I got into that senior executive management position. So my role in marketing was philanthropy. So I did grants, sponsorship, retention. So that was my role in marketing for probably 15 to 16 years in the sporting industry before I started to climb that corporate ladder and get into those senior management positions where I was a general manager and then into the CEO roles. But and now obviously since my accident and now not being able to work full time in the real world, I have moved into Web3 3 years ago. And as you know, 18 months ago, we founded MetaRides and here we are today.
Boom. Mint is live. You guys partnered up with Unstoppable to do this. It is available on Polygon. And I think, honestly, hearing you say that, Craig, I'm pretty convinced, based on the amount of emojis that Nikki threw up, when we get this plane to go to Australia to do a week down under for Web3 Breakfast, I think maybe we could convince Nikki and Patrick to come with us. I'm just saying.
Amen.
I'm pretty sure we'll go. Patrick's right here. I'm sure he's nodding. I'm sure we'll go.
Amen.
But shout out to how many grant writers are on this call this morning? That's insane.
Hey, yeah, I don't want to jump in or anything, but I got. I think that's a crazy story for me personally because that's how I got into grant writing too. And a lot of people don't realize that you can be a marketer. So when I was going to school, they were not sure how this digital age was going to come of age. And so they kind of made it a media grant law program. And I got lucky in that sense because I did go into marketing and media, but then I was
wait, I know how to write grants, and there's where the money is. And I quickly was like, this is where the money is. So I think a lot of people who, have their own businesses don't think about the fact that you can write a grant, but it takes like a different skill to like know how. It's just like, but if you're a founder, I'm assuming, right, Craig, that you're going to have been like kind of just faced with the opportunity, I guess. More of a question, really.
No, absolutely, I get that. And, we looked at many grants. I mean, MetaRides to date, as we stand today, has been self-funded by the two co-founders. So we have, unfortunately,
Wait,
into a...
Did you know that the Polygon has grants?
I do know that Polygon has grants, and we are in the process of discussions with Polygon for a partnership right now. So can't say much about it, but yeah, so there's plenty of things happening behind the scenes with MetaRides that nobody knows about. But I'm a big partnership guy. So my role as COO of MetaRides is the business relationships and partnerships more than anything else. So and it's funny you say that, because only in the last 7 days, I have connected with some major players in Web3 through LinkedIn. And I've never used LinkedIn for business connections before, right? I've never been a big fan of LinkedIn, but the last month I've spent a lot of time on there, in their chat rooms, listening to people, connecting with people. And in the last 7 days, I have connected to, lead developers at Unreal Engine and, the chief marketing officer from Roblox and people like that. So it's been super cool who I've been able to connect with in the last 7 days using LinkedIn. So anyone out there who's looking to build business relationships, get onto LinkedIn. It's going to be your friend. Trust me.
Yeah, agreed. LinkedIn is a very underrated social media outlet when it comes to Web3 and crypto.
Absolutely.
Funny. I've been hearing this in the rumblings, and I'm so glad you guys said this. I actually last night switched my LinkedIn profile from the last career that I had over to the Web3 Breakfast Club, and it was just about time. I'm super, and I started looking at what other kind of Web3 not offerings, but there's a lot of people from our ecosystem that are using that, and I love that it's more of like that professional nature. So I am excited about hopping into the LinkedIn world with profile. Plus, my account's old and I've got a lot of connections. I could start live streaming from there right now if I wanted to, which I probably should.
And as you know, one of the big things we're doing with MetaRides is the NFT music, right? And the musicians with MetaRides Radio, as you know, and putting that radio into every vehicle in the metaverse and every environment in the metaverse that plays NFT musicians' music only, right? No mainstream media. So I was fortunate enough, even only 48 hours ago, to be in a direct chat with the founder of the Chainsmokers, all through LinkedIn. So I don't know what's going to play out from that, but I'm in discussions with him at the moment for a couple of different things to try and bring them into Web3 and get them involved in what MetaRides is building. So keep your eye out for that. It's nothing, like I said, nothing's happened yet. It's just been, a back and forwards bit of banter and chat for the first 48 hours, but we'll see what happens. And they may not come in and they may come in, but, we're going to do everything in our power to try and bring them into the ecosystem. And once other musicians see people like them coming in, and the other beauty of that is, for anybody who doesn't know, Chainsmokers own their own venture capital business called Mantis. So if anybody's looking for funding or VC or support, the two co-founders, Alex and Adam of the Chainsmokers, own Mantis VC. So keep your eye out on that too.
I love that. Love that. We need to get to Grateful's hand. We've got the running joke about me getting sued for personal injuries here at the show. So Grateful, I know you've had your hand up for way too long. If you do have, shoulder injury, I know we got a medical tent. We can get you an ice pack and maybe, like a sling or something to ease the pain. But please don't come after me.
No, it's all good. My emoji's still up, and my real hand fell off my body. So I'm gonna need more than a sling, man. But I got a couple things to say. I'm gonna step back a little bit and run some stuff down for DJing. I think that I wanted to touch on a few minutes ago, but I know we're late on the workout. So do you want to do that first, and then I can go?
I'm okay with skipping the workout. I'm feeling lazy right now.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah. Well, shit, dude. I kind of got a lot of things to throw out real quick. I'm not going to try and stay up here super long, but for people doing grants, like in real life, dude, like I run a small business and I've been floating everything out of pocket for 2 years. Like banks do not want to help anybody in a small business right now, and they haven't wanted to for a while. So anybody doing IRL grant stuff like Kayla, all the grant stuff that I look at it always, every time I like dig into it, I'm like, it's just like a scam or it's not real. So if anybody has any information they could throw me that might help me out, because shit is rough, that would be awesome. But I kind of want to take a step back to D-Gen talking about XRP, man. Like, I'm not like an XRP maxi or I'm not tribalist with it, right? Like, I love the community and everything. I have my own love and hate for XRP, but I think that people kind of base their opinions too much on just like the decentralization aspect of the industry alone. And to me, like blockchain and everything that's going on in the development of the space and where things are going, it's literally going to run, in my opinion, everything, right? Like device-to-device communication, communication in general, the evolution of the internet, supply chain tracking, property, lease, like everything, in my opinion, is going to run on blockchain. So really, like, some of the biggest winners, like some of the projects that I'm most bullish on, are like enterprise blockchains like HBAR and Quant. And you got to look at how money moves around the world and where big money flows to the fastest with like new technology and the development of everything. And for certain projects, like a centralization aspect is needed. But I tell people, like, look, name one other cryptocurrency that could be in a lawsuit that's going on for almost 3 years, get delisted from the entire United States of America, and barely even budge on the chart and still hold number 4 in the entire world. None. No other cryptocurrency, dude. That happens to anything else, and they're falling out of the top 20, 30. Like, so I think it's pretty clear, like, where governments and banks and everybody see the winners coming out to not only like facilitate CBDCs and financial transfers and stuff like that, but XRP is crazy, dude. If you really dig into it, like, basically the threshold for it to properly function at global scale, it has to be valued around $10,000. And there is a burn mechanism that a lot of people don't know about or know how it works. And if it wasn't valued that high, the entire supply would diminish. If it was functioning at scale the way that it's designed to, the entire supply would be gone within like a few days, unless it had a really, really high valuation. And I think people just mainly look at the market cap argument. And really, if this whole space is going to 150x over the next 10, 15 years, and with how XRP functions, the market cap argument kind of gets thrown out the window. And people usually only take like the global GDP into consideration when they're looking at that stuff. And there is so much more money in the world beyond that, it's ridiculous. And then when you look at like huge narratives, like pretty much the tokenization of everything that's going on in the future of how everything is going to be tokenized, you're going to have a couple leaders in certain areas. And if you tokenize the derivatives market, you're looking at $600 trillion to $1 quadrillion in the derivatives market alone. So
yeah, I mean, David Katz, like I think about 4 or 5 years ago, estimated that XRP needs to go to 11,400 per token.
All right, really quick, guys.
Yeah,
really quick. We got to pause this. I'm taking heat, rightfully so. I'm taking heat for saying I was lazy when we're going to work out. We are definitely going to work out, and it's time to do that now. So my apologies for feeling lazy, but you guys are my accountability buddies too. So here's one of the homies. He's in the crowd, and it just makes sense. What are we doing? What are we doing trying to cancel the workout? So let's get it in, baby.
Yeah. What we doing? How you saying wag me, but you laying bad seeds? What we doing? Hey. Projects getting pumped, just to end up getting dumped. What we doing? Hey. Got the whole space jumping, but they never give us nothing. What we doing? Tell me what we doing. Hey, I'm trying to onboard all my haters from Concord to time for it. Do it, cause Dylan never died.
All right, let's go now. Let's work. Ain't no need being lazy. That's what we're doing. That's why we're community. Uplifting each other. Let's go. Get up. Do something.
Point of winning without someone to share it with. Always spread the love no matter how rare it get. Used to ride the hand me down days, I ain't care if they did. I'm making music for myself, I don't care if it hit. I'm just sharing the clips. Gotta master what happened to that boy. Shit. Lot of pain in my heart, what happened to that joy? Had to tap back in, ain't wanna lose that boy. Lot of blabbing chatter, I had to mute that noise. So what we doing? What we doing? How you saying wag me, but you laying bad seeds? What we doing? Projects getting pumped, just to end up getting dumped. What we doing? What are we doing? Got the whole space jumping, but they never give us nothing. What we doing? Tell me what we doing.
Heck yeah, guys, keep it up. Come on. It's a great opportunity. Get your results right now. Web3 Breakfast.
Let's go. I'm a sweaty mess today.
Yo, I love that. Come on. One more. Get one more. Nice. By the way, fantastic job. It's so easy. So easy.
Oh, that was Nessie, the Rilla. What we doing? Shout out to you, Nessie, man. I'm super excited where you're going with your career. Let's get it. Okay, I'm out of breath, Rex. Go ahead.
See, doesn't that feel better? Doesn't that feel better? You know what I'm saying? Feel good now.
You're talking over Rax,
You know
by the
what
way.
I'm saying?
Hey, you're talking over
Nice
Rax.
pump.
I'm crying.
It's alright. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I think
anyway.
we need to get Turbo a new phone now.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Please.
And let's not wait fucking 10 months.
I can get 2 solo cups and get a string in between the two.
Dang, we were just talking about that earlier.
Were you here for that, Sapphire, or no? Because we literally
I
were.
was not. That is
She
the
was
way. Oh,
not.
literally
That's
today.
the
That's
best
funny.
part.
No.
Yeah, so Turbo's
So
having
weird.
internet trouble because it's cloudy in Tennessee today, and so they're probably upping the technology there to that tin can.
See,
string
that
method.
makes sense on why we such a rainy cloud today. It all makes sense.
It's not even his fault. That's probably those aren't regular clouds. That's the weather machine, the cloud seeding. It really messed up your reception. That fake weather.
Yeah, they don't want. They're trying to block me out. That's all it is. I get it. That's all right. I'm gonna find a
They're
way. They
trying
just
to
kick me off the
silence you,
stream.
Michael. That's what it is. Don't let them do that to you.
Hey, Jared, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Well.
And this is specifically for my information only. I mean, you guys can take it for what you need as well. But when we saw the NFTGo barometer sentiment get to 51, it still said cool. What number do we get when it finally says warm? Do we know what number that is?
52 and a half.
It's in the documents. I went downstairs real quick. I can go upstairs and find it. Give me
No,
like
no,
30 seconds.
you're good. We'll be able to figure it out. But if it's in that document,
Yeah, if you could.
I think it's 60.
Okay.
But I don't want to just say I think. I can actually look at the docs.
30 degrees.
I think 60 is you're right. I think we're starting to. So from 1 to 40 is cold, 40 to 60 is regular, 60 to 100 is hot. Man, I can't wait until we get that hot. Because this wasn't
Y'all
around.
soft,
This wasn't
man.
around in the last market, right? You guys didn't have that sentiment barometer in the last bull run, unless I'm mistaken.
No, we added it right at the end of it. So it was. I think we added it in like March or April or something like that of last year.
I cannot wait.
So it never saw hot then. It never got to see the old hot. Speaking of hot, and like I'm gonna be honest, Jay. Ever since you brought up about the lawsuits, you know what I mean? I've seen hands being held, like people just putting hands up, putting them down, putting them back up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she's having
tired.
shoulder issues. I'm starting to see some signs of fatigue. Kayla, listen, at the very minimum, you can just see what, just seek some legal advice, see what is out there. But please go ahead.
I keep coming off mute because I get excited and then I mute myself again and I have to raise my hand. So yeah, it's me. It's not you guys. Sorry. No. So I wanted to say, like, I do have to run, but I love this space so much. You guys are awesome, and I wrote music into my nonprofit for grant writing. I made a Web3 nonprofit for grant writing,
just because I saw the opportunity to actually make money with helping people with grants. And I involve musicians because I think that's like borderless marketing. So I would love to talk to you guys, Ethereal and Craig. And honestly, anybody who's a musician, I love Nessie. I'm a big fan of music spaces. Pretty much marketing music is like my favorite thing to do. And that's how I was doing it in Web 2 for like cross marketing, just bringing musicians to other brands. And so that's what my nonprofit's about, just bringing the musicians to these brands. So let's go. But I don't want to show. I just like, this is a perfect environment that you've created. So thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you, Kayla. And just so you know, you are more than welcome to tap in any time you want. And that goes for everybody, right? We're a community show by the community for the community. So, we do run this at 10 a.m. Eastern Monday through Friday. So tap in, this really anytime you want to be up on the stage, you got to go. Everybody just has to request to speak. Remember, we've got the one rule and that is it. So please come back and come vibe with us.
Thank you guys. I'm trying to find a good community, and I found you in my group chat, and here's like a couple people I do already, hang with.
What up, Kay?
Hey, girl. And I got you, and I got D-Gen, and like D-Gen is my homie.
Oh, okay, well, if you're with Mel, then forget it. We can't be friends.
What? No, we can't.
No,
Would you like?
Sounds like you're
That's cold-blooded.
We might already be friends.
I don't listen. I can't be with somebody that fucks with Mel. I can't.
No, bro, Mel's the vibe.
But Kayla, you can definitely, if you would like to join our Web3 breakfast, that's okay. If you would like to join the Web3 breakfast community private chat, all you got to do is just hit that little purple button and say, I would like to join in, or you can just say it right here and we'll get you added in to there.
I would love to. I was going to ask because I want to work out in the mornings and I could actually use some accountability.
There we go. And you see how it works. I literally tried to get out of it. I tried to get out of it. And our community said, no, you ain't going to be a pussy like that, boy. You get that workout in. And we did.
So I'm going to say this last thing. I do have a shoulder injury, so I have to work it out, bro. I broke my hand. I feel you, Sapphire. Yo, I got to do it. So I'll be here. Right? Like, let's do it.
I love it.
Guys, I'll ape in. But... All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Kayla. We appreciate
it.
See you. Rex, what's up? I'm actually really excited. Rex, before you go, I'm really excited. Our industry gets some shit for being, male dominated, which we understand that it is. But we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 females on the stage, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say that is one of the best ratios, at least that we've ever had in this show.
I have to ask, did you count Michael and Mel as the females as well?
I am dying.
You might as well count Max as an it. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we're about to boot one of them.
The gloves are off. We're street fighting now.
Yeah.
Street fighting now.
Judging by pictures, who said I was actually a female.
Oh, there you go.
So
where's Jenny when we need her? Where's Jenny when we need her?
When we make Web3 like field day, is it gonna be real hard to pick the teams because everybody's fighting and like we don't know who's what and we'll just
Seven. That's what makes it great because if you're fighting within your own team, you're gonna push your team even further. We gotta light the fire under the asses. I just don't want to be on the same team as Val. That's it. That's all my request.
I got a better idea. Everyone needs to make their own race team.
So Jay, do we start off by like starting to pick teams?
Turbo.
Turbo. You know what I mean? Like, because
Turbo.
Yeah.
You were talking over Craig.
He probably can't hear me because I've lost Kayla as well. But I was saying everyone's got to create their own Meta Rides race team and get in the race game when it's launched. And let's go. We'll take it out on the track.
100%.
Oh, Web3
take it out on the track.
Rides tourney. Oh no.
There we go.
I like it. Winner, and then whoever wins it goes with Turbo and I to an actual racetrack, and we'll drive Lambos and Ferraris.
There we go, and bring pizza.
Pizza, yeah, Craig. You
know, and calzones.
Yes, we do have to be inclusive and bring the calzones. Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Corey put this in a picture the other day, and it made me think. What's the difference between a stromboli and a calzone?
There's a huge difference.
Okay, well, what is it?
So a calzone is what we've all already did.
Calzone is like a pizza pie. It's like a pie, the half of a pie.
Yeah, but like a stromboli is kind of like a wrap, but like it's like a twist. Have you ever had those chocolate and cream twist thingies?
What?
That's kind of a stromboli, but a savory thing. I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
I mean,
Put it in the
it's kind of like a
put it in our private chat in the Web3 Breakfast chat. Cool.
Okay.
So you
Mel
you mean to
brings the
tell me if
cake.
I'm not talking over anybody right now? Hopefully you're not. Probably am. Golly.
I'll give you the go. I'll give you the go ahead when
Turbo
Craig's done.
he has a vendetta against Craig.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you not
What-
hear him?
What did I do wrong?
No, he's got
You know
that
what,
Tennessee.
Craig?
It's that Tennessee internet, man.
It's the
Craig, I love you. If Michael doesn't love you and no one else has told you today, I love you.
I love you, Max.
That's
Don't tell Laura.
It's it's
is the
Web3
best.
Breakfast family love. That's what it is. We are a family.
Can we
here.
clip that?
sure.
We gotta clip that. That was perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All right,
you'll never hear that shit again.
right. All right, let's. We're getting close to the nitty gritty here. I do want to make sure because Rax, you got your hand up for a couple minutes. I want to make sure that that you get to put that hand down so that there are no issues legally. Because Turbo likes to let everybody know that they do have legal options, and we don't want to pursue those. So Rax, you are free to comment. Okay, wonderful. I agree with you.
Dude, she has raised her hand so long, it's just stuck up there, and now she's mute. This is not
She's
good.
falling asleep now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she's gonna be the poster child.
Held it so long. She's asleep. I'm so sorry. My goodness. My goodness. What
All
do you-
right, Jay, check our chat.
Okay.
Somebody high five her. Can you do that?
Oh, so it's like it's rolled up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm into that. I think
It doesn't change
prefer,
anything.
I prefer a stromboli versus a calzone, in my opinion. Like a nice pepperoni stromboli. I think that sounds delicious. I might have to have
Hell
one
yeah. That sounds amazing.
Why are you so anti calzones? I don't
They
understand
just
you
don't
right
look
now.
appetizing.
Seven, no one asked you. But they don't look appetizing.
It's
It looks like an upside down pie to me. I can't get into it, man. I'd like to see the open face pizza or the stromboli I can handle, but this baked bean of a plate that I get that's a calzone, I'm good.
Yeah.
Wait, are you going based on what Justin's picture was for the calzone,
No, ma'am.
Okay,
I've
okay.
seen
Don't
many
marry.
and plenty of calzones. I've been at a few tables with calzones on them, and every single time I'm like, bro, I just rather have a slice. I would much rather have a
slice.
All right. I mean, you know what? I'm inclusive, so to each their own.
We need that that T-shirt, slice over zone for sure.
Add it to the merch list. We're pretty soon we're gonna have a T-shirt store for all these fun things.
Don't forget nipple pasties.
I was hoping that we would have talking over somebody.
No,
again,
no,
probably.
no. You're good this time.
Maybe not. Okay.
You're good.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank God. Thank goodness. I was actually thinking that I want to have a shirt with just a cow wearing a football helmet standing in the end zone. Cow zone.
Love it.
Calzone.
Love it.
I love it. Oh man, that is probably a dad joke if I've ever heard one. We were
That's
talking
a dad joke for sure.
Yep.
That's a visual dad joke right there.
Yeah.
That's a dad shirt.
If you would have come to the Crypto Dads Sunday Father's Day edition, you know what I'm saying, we were taking lessons, and so I'm an official of Over the Hump, Jay.
There it is.
Well, I'm sorry I missed it.
Well, you can always go back and watch the replay, or I'm sure we'll do it again next Father's Day. Or I think Mother's Day has already passed, so I think that'll probably do it.
Yeah, Mother's Day's in May.
Yep. So maybe next year you can try to tune back in, Max. Appreciate you. Jared, I want to give you an opportunity with any final parting words, any thoughts and stuff as we head on out of here. It is just about noon. I've got a ton of things to do today, and then don't forget. Oh, well, I'll go after that. So, brother, if you got anything to leave us with, where can they find you? How they can get involved, or check out more what NFTGo.io is doing?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys. This crowd's awesome. You're awesome. The show's awesome. I'm down to come on whenever. I love the vibes here, and I'm really grateful for you guys bringing us on. And we have a Twitter space every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. If anyone just wants to come bullshit or wants to promote something, we don't accept payment. Like, anyone can come, just hit me up and we'll let you up. And then other than that, just if you really want to be super cool to me, the best way you can help us out right now is just go to NFTGo.io and connect your wallet and create a watch list. It's totally free. And that's one of my big KPIs right now is just trying to get people to connect their wallets. And it won't cost you any money, and it'll help you dive into our platform a little bit more. You can follow some wallets, you can follow some NFTs, follow some collections, and just dive into the analytics. And then also our Discord's pretty cool. You can follow us on Twitter. That's basically it. Just hop on NFTGo.io and use our platform. And just by doing that, you're going to help make my life more enriched and make our VCs happy so we can last longer.
I love that. Now, really quick, just to touch on this, because it's, you know, it is one of those safety protocols. Would you suggest that somebody open up a new wallet or just use one of your existing hot wallets? Or what you guys say, like if you're going to connect, make a brand new one or connect your existing, because then now you can look at your NFTs. What's your suggestion?
Yeah, I mean, so that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what's safe or what's not safe. We haven't had any issues ever with that, but I can't give any guarantees or say that, you know, but no one's been compromised as a result of being connected to us. And it's a read-only connection with us. And yeah, the whole point is, well, for me, what I like is to see what I like to go in and see my portfolio, and I like to see other people's portfolio. But if you don't care about seeing your own portfolio on our site, you can just create a new wallet and track whoever you want. My favorite part is just tracking my friends or tracking big wallets. That's what I most use a watch list for. But soon we'll have some alert features. So if your wallet's connected and you get the alert features, you'll be able to be notified when certain collections perform certain ways. So you can, be notified when to sweep a floor or something like that.
Nice.
So it's up to you. But if I'm all about safety. If you want to be cautious, but it is a read-only connection.
Cool. I'm with you there about, kind of looking at the value of the portfolio. And then, one of the big, things that you guys have on your platform is kind of like the whale activity monitor. And so we always say you got to swim with the whales, man. You want to be watching what they're doing. And you have a really easy way to do that on your platform. So, man, I appreciate you being here today and chatting with us. And much like you said, you are welcome here anytime. And please feel free, if you always want to just join for the second hour. I know that's probably a little easier than 7 a.m. for you. But definitely appreciate you being here. Thanks to everybody that joined and participated in the conversation. This was a wonderful, wonderful show. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. for some more Web3 breakfast. And if you just sat in the crowd, we appreciate you too. Also today at 4 p.m. Eastern, we're back in action with the NFT beat with Crypto Stash and I over on his channel. So be on the lookout for the link there. And other than that, I'm sure there'll be a lot of space activity all over the day. So if you guys are into something, there's a space that you want us to come listen or be a part of. If you're in the DM group, just drop the link in there. People, you are more than welcome to drop the links and the projects that you're looking at in there as well. That's not just for our show links and stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll be back tomorrow. Adios, amigos.
NFTGo. NFTGo. Hit me up in the DMs, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
See ya.
Peace and hair grease.
Bye.